Hi friends, welcome to episode 131 of the Quirky Monday Craftcast. My name is Kalisha and you can find me anywhere online as Nadira Tani. I'm coming to you today from my home in Central Florida where I wanted to film outside, but evidently it's lawn cutting day. You might even be able to hear the slight hum of a lawnmower. Yes. But we are also joined by Miss Tootie. That was like perfectly on time. You ready for your close-up? Yeah? Are you gonna be my co-host? You'll think about it? Okay. We're joined by Miss Tootie, so any camera shake is her fault. Right? If you are a new viewer, welcome. I hope that you're able to find something here that you can connect with. And if you are a returning viewer, welcome back. I am so glad that you all choose to spend time with me. I do really appreciate that. And Tootie does too. So yeah, let's jump into the episode. I have one major bright spot to share with you guys, and before I do that, bright spots are the positive and good things that happen to us that are shared in the comment section of the video. So if you have something positive that you want to share that happened to you, definitely comment it down below. And I always, bless you, I always encourage everyone to go check out the comments and celebrate with each other. I know in the comments last week, I saw that someone, I want to say someone either got engaged or married. Either way, congrats. We had a comment about someone doing a Zoom call reading stories to children and enjoying a particularly giggly 4-year-old, which was really cool. There's lots of positive and good things that are happening that people are commenting in the comment section, so definitely check that out. But the bright spot that I want to share this week is actually my personal bright spot, and that is the Quirky Monday Craftcast is officially 4 years old. You heard it right, folks. 4 years ago on September 1st, I uploaded the first episode of the Quirky Monday Craftcast, and we have come a long way. We have come a long way since then. But I am so glad that I pressed publish and started sharing my videos with you guys. This has really been an adventure for me. It has been a way to reach a crafty community that I don't have access to immediately where I am. It has been a way to connect with different people and have funny moments and celebrate good things and be a bright spot. You know, it's been a good 3 years. 3 years. It's been a good 4 years. So thank you all so much for being here. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to film this, right? Like, I distinctly remember when I was filming that first episode thinking, nobody but my mom is going to watch this. And my mom may not even watch this. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to throw it out there. It might be a shout into the void, but I'm going to yell. And it feels so good to know that I am not shouting to the void, that there are actual people who watch these videos and interact with me and enjoy what I'm showing, what I'm talking about. And Tootie and Kiva have their own little fan club. And yeah, like, y'all care about my little family and the stuff I get up to. And I am so thankful for this opportunity, and thank you. So if you hear some grumbling, someone is in front of the house or walking by the house or dangerously close to Tootie's territory, and she is not having it. So she's all alert right now. But anyway, so let's jump into the content. So for finished objects, I only have one, and I can't show it to you, but I did make a cute little, like, what is it, like a flip book? Not what I took pictures of each step as I was making this thing. I made another one of these rainbows. This is the Rainbow for All pattern by Bloodymoon.Crochet on Instagram. And I showed a picture, I took a picture of this one day. It was this and then the wall hanging that's above it. And above it is my sun weaving. And I had just taken a picture and posted it on Instagram, and one of my friends was like, oh man, can you make me one of those? One of the rainbows. So I said, sure. So I made her the rainbow, and I took pictures of each step, and made a little video, put a little music to it, felt real creative, and posted it on Instagram. So if you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen it already. But I will put it in here. Yeah, so that is my finished object, and we actually did a swap. We did a plant swap. So I gave, well, we didn't do a plant swap. We did a yarn for plant swap. So I gave her the wall hanging, and she gave me some cuttings of her plants, which I will show you later. But that is the only thing that I finished over the last couple weeks. Like I said, it's been real busy. So let's go on into works in progress. The first work in progress I have is my Minty tee. This is a pattern by Noma and Ndlovu, and I am working down the body. It is another short sleeve knitted top, and like I was saying last episode, I feel like this is just the jam right now. This is what everybody is designing and sharing and stuff, and I love it. I did short row shaping. Did I? Is that a lie? Yeah, I did short row shaping in this one as well. So this is my second top with short row shaping. Very proud of myself. Onward and upward with the knitting skills. But this top is meant to be Minty tee, meant to be. I didn't do that on purpose, I promise. This top is meant to be striped, but as you can see, I am not striping it. And this yarn is Lion Brand Reline Cotton Linen Blend. That's the label. It is 53% cotton, 47% linen. Yeah, and I have 2 balls of this left. Definitely not going to need both of those, because this is the second ball that I'm using. I finished the first ball, I'm on to the second ball, and yeah, I don't know how much longer I have. I kind of want to do something different for the bottom. So instead of just doing a regular rib, I think I want to try a split hem, but we'll see how that goes. And then once you do the body, then you just have to cast on. I think maybe you knit a little bit for the sleeve, and then you do your ribbing and bind off. So this will be done shortly, and I'm really enjoying this color. Sorry, I'm looking at myself in the camera. Yeah, I really like this particular shade of yellow. Really, any shade of yellow I really like, but this particular gold mustardy kind of color is right up my alley. So the last time that you guys saw it, I'm pretty sure the last time was when, yeah, I was at this spot with my little glittery progress keeper that I made. And I have Oh no, that's not true, because the last time you saw it, I hadn't split for the sleeves. So it was just a little bit before this when I showed it last. But I've just been knitting round and round for the body. I am trying to knit more in these meetings and like Zoom meetings and stuff. I'm trying to get back into knitting during meetings. But I don't know. I've been having a hard time focusing, to be honest. But that's the Minty tee. It is almost done. It's a very easy to follow pattern, very clearly written. 2 thumbs up. If you need a very simple round yoke knit t-shirt, that's the one. And I think it's written for a DK weight. This yarn is classed as a number 4, which is about a worsted, but I was pretty good on gauge, so I just went with it. So yeah, so that's the first work in progress that I have. The next work in progress is my my little secret crop top by Jessie Made Designs. And this is another project that is just going round and round and round in stockinette. But I have finally made some progress, and I cast off the back, as you can see. I cast off the back. I have these are the stitches I think that are going to go for the straps, and now I'm working on the front. Now when I cast off the back, it allowed the whole thing to spread out, and as you can see, there is quite a bit of positive ease. I don't know how this is going to go, friends. I don't know. But we're going to figure something out. It's probably just going to be a super oversized tank top at this point. I knit it long enough to not be a crop top. So it's definitely not a crop. But yeah, like I don't know how this is going to go. But the yarn that I'm using is very stretchy, so there's that, which is why I didn't do, well, that's not why I didn't do the ribbing. I didn't do the ribbing because I didn't feel like doing the ribbing, but yeah, I could have definitely not done. I think I'm knitting the size large because of the gauge swatch I made, which my gauge lied to me. But I'm just going to keep making. I'm just going to keep knitting this. We're going to see what happens. And if I like it, I like it. If I don't like it, maybe I'll frog it. I don't know. We'll see. But so far, there are plenty of hours of work in this. So I definitely want to get to the point where I have most of the top front done so that I can kind of try it on and make an educated guess about the fit and size and stuff. But I am practicing my reverse knitting for this front panel. So I knit the knit row, and then instead of turning around and purling back, I never turn my work basically. So I knit across and then I knit backwards the other way. And knitting backwards is such a cool technique, like very, very cool. The process or the motion doesn't take me, it takes about the same length of time, if not a little bit more than purling for me. And that's only because I have to think about how I'm inserting the needle, and I have to think about how I'm wrapping the yarn. But once I get in the groove, like maybe about a quarter of the way into the row, I kind of hit like my stride with the backwards knitting, and then I can just, knit across the rest of the way. But it's definitely a technique I would say look into if you don't know how to knit backwards and you don't like purling, or if you just don't feel like purling and you want to do something else. Check out knitting backwards. So I have a couple stitch markers on here for progress keepers. These wooden ones are from Robin of Birch Hollow Fibers. That's the back. This one is a mug. This one is a sweater. This one is a shrinky dink ball of yarn that I got from a vendor at my library's fiber festival last year. And this one is an apple, like a apple slice. And this is from Jasmine Bear Handmade. And I'm going to talk more about these later because I have a couple other ones that I want to show you guys. So yeah, these progress keepers have really been helping me as I was going around, because that row is long. That row is long. Yeah, that's it with this. And it's just living in here. This is another project that I will pick up and knit on when I'm like watching a movie or watching YouTube videos or something like that, just to put a couple rows in here and there. My next work in progress is the pink and gray baby blanket that I started last episode. It hasn't grown that much. I am doing a corner to corner granny square. Ta-da! That's it. I think, oh, I don't know where my doodle went. I think that I have one more stripe, I think, before I start coming back. No. So I'm going to do the wide stripes, and then I go back into these skinny stripes. And then it's one more set of wide stripes, I think, before I start decreasing. So, yeah, this is it. I really do like the granny stripe, corner to corner granny stripe, just because the granny stitch is so easy to do. And I can just kind of veg out while I crochet on this. But I have not been feeling like crocheting on that blanket. And this is actually going to take us into maker plans, because my best friend's older sister just had a baby, and she was like, "Oh, Kalisha, one of my friends made this cute little crochet dress for the baby." And I was thinking, oh wow, Kalisha could do something like this. And then it was kind of like one of those. So I'm gonna make her a crochet blanket. I'm not crocheting a dress. You already have a crochet dress, so there's that. So I'm going to crochet her a blanket. I actually picked up the yarn. I need to get, I think, one more skein. But this is the yarn that I'm going to use. It is Barocco Vintage, which is 52% acrylic, 40% wool, and 8% nylon. It is a worsted weight. And I'm going to get another of the dark purple. And my plan is to crochet, I'm thinking maybe like a feather and fan lace, because I've never done feather and fan, and if I'm making a blanket, I might as well try something new, right? So I'm thinking about doing feather and fan lace all in the dark purple, and then the trim in the light purple. And I also purchased some purple African print fabric to be the backing. At least that's where my thought process is. I haven't told her any of these. She just knows that it's purple. Haven't told her any plans, so nobody is holding me to anything if I decide to do something else. That's how I roll. But that is something that's going to eventually get started. I'm not starting it now. I'm not going to start this blanket until the other blanket is done, and TBH, I'm running out of steam on the other blanket. So, that is everything for maker plans. I just have the one. And now we can go into a section that hasn't been, oh, I skipped one work in progress. So, y'all know I have been working on these socks. This is the Twister Lolly. This is the Twister Lolly sock pattern by the Crimson Stitchery. And I really like the pattern. I really like the sock. I'm halfway through the foot. And I just don't want to knit this anymore. I don't. So I think I'm going to frog this. And I think what's happened was I enjoyed knitting it, right? And I want a pair of white lace socks. But the thing that's getting me is this yarn. This yarn is Knit Picks Stroll fingering. And it's thin. It is... Typically when I knit socks, I knit my socks on 2.25 millimeter ChiaoGoo red lace needles, 64 stitches. With that needle, typical fingering weight yarn, and that number of stitches, I get 8 stitches per inch, right? This yarn is working up at 9 stitches per inch. So, yes, so the stitches are smaller. So that means it's taking longer for me to get the length I need. So, not gonna do this. No, because, and then on top of that, on top of the fact that it is working up slower, every time I look at this sock, like sitting wherever I put it down, I look at it and I just feel like, oh man, I need to finish that sock. I need to hurry up and do it so that I can cast on the second one. Then I gotta finish it. I don't want my knitting or my crocheting or my making, for that matter, to make me feel, I don't want it to feel like an obligation, right? Which is why I'm just chilling with these baby blankets, because baby blankets will quick fast feel like obligations. So I'm gonna frog this. You know what? We're gonna just take out the needles now. We're committing to it. Boom, done. So I am definitely going to go back and knit this pattern. I'm definitely going to knit the pattern, but I think what I'm going to do is I have some, what's that yarn? Serenity sock. I have some Serenity sock in the soft white color. I think I'm just going to knit it out of that, and that's a little bit thicker, like a true regular fingering weight, not a light. And I think that the process will be so much better on a little bit more on a yarn with a little bit more substance than this, because I'm not feeling it. So that was nice. Rip it off like a band-aid. Okay, so my next section is one that has not been on the podcast again for a long time. I feel like I'm pulling out all of these old segments. Like last week we had a Black Fibers, Black Threads, which we don't have this week, BT dubs, sorry. Or last episode. This episode we have Kalisha and the Babe again. Kalisha and the Babe is my spinning segment, and it's called Kalisha and the Babe because I have a Babe spinning wheel. And the Babe wheels are the ones that are made from PVC pipe and a composite wheelchair wheel, I think, is how it's constructed. So I always thought that that was really cool, that someone made spinning wheels out of that, especially since, you know, typically spinning wheels are going to run you a lot of money. And Babe spinning wheels are on the lower end of the price range, which makes it much more accessible to someone who just doesn't have money to just splash out like that. So, and then I was also lucky enough to find mine on Craigslist in Florida. Every time I think about that, I'm still amazed. But I'm going to put in a picture of my current spin there. And the fiber that I'm spinning is, it's a Lion Brand. Yeah, it's Lion Brand Woolies Roving Stripes. So the Woolies is 80% acrylic and 20% wool. This is a different colorway to what I'm spinning what I'm currently spinning. This colorway is Orbit. The colorway in the picture is Ocean. And of course, I had to get Ocean and I had to get Orbit. Aside from the fact that I liked the colors, the names just, they won me over. But this is a roving yarn. So I guess I'll just pull some out. So if you've ever seen like a roving yarn, it's just the fibers, you know, kind of twisted together loosely, very loosely. And if you pull it, you can easily pull it apart. Easily, she says. There you go. You can pull it apart and spin it. So I'm the kind of person that when I get into something, I want to be able to do it, but I also don't want to spend my entire paycheck on something, you know, like fiber or like craft supplies. Yes, I will spend money on like fancy fiber, we'll call it, like the natural fibers and the different breeds of sheep and stuff like that. Like I do have a collection of fiber that I have purchased from here, there, and around the square. But I also like to find unexpected things to spin. So enter the woolies. So I was in, where was I? Michael's. I was in Michael's and I saw this and I was like, can I spin that? I bet I can spin that. So I like pulled apart a little bit of the strand and I was like, yep, I can definitely spin this. And it's spinning really, really nicely. One of the things that I like about it is that since it's already in a strip like this, all of the fibers are going the same way. So as you're drafting, it gets very, very easy to draft smoothly. And it drafts so smoothly that I have accidentally pulled it apart plenty of times as I was spinning with the other colorway that I have. So my plan is to either, depending on how much I get from the single, is going to be either 2-ply it on itself or spin both of them as singles and 2-ply them together, because one is like those blues and I think there's a little bit of green in it, and then this one is purples and blues. So I feel like that might look good. I'm not sure. Either way, both of these balls of yarn are going to get spun all the way through, and then we'll figure out what we want to do with it. So if you are new to spinning or if you want to try spinning, I would definitely suggest maybe starting out with a drop spindle, because you can get those pretty inexpensive online. And if you can't, you know, source fiber or anything for spinning, you can always spin something like this. Or some of the craft stores have that big blanket yarn where it's basically a thick chunk of roving of fiber. It's not spun together, so a thick tube strip of unspun fibers, and you can spin that. You can use it as practice for your spinning if you don't want to practice on, you know, your natural fibers or stuff like that. Plus 40% off. I think the regular price of this was $7.99 and I used a 40% off coupon, so that was pretty cool. And that's all I have on for Kalisha and the Babe. I will say thank you to Mars. I feel like I've mentioned Mars in like the last few episodes. I'm not complaining. Mars is awesome. If you don't know who Mars is, she is Hey Brownberry, and you should check her out. She puts out some of the most calming content, period. And she recently did a video where she said like, spin with me or take a break with me or something like that. And it was just kind of the kick in the butt that I needed to pull my spinning wheel back out. And I have been saying ever since quarantine started that I wanted to get back into spinning, and I have not done it. So this past Sunday I sat down and spun, and I was actually watching Black Panther with my my husband, my brother-in-law, and one of our friends, just kind of as a tribute, you know, watching in memory of Chadwick Boseman, who is the actor who played Black Panther, if somehow you did not know, and he recently passed away. And it's an interesting thing to feel the loss of someone that you don't know, right? And to think about the contributions that this person has made, or how he made people feel, or what the roles that he played meant to the Black community, right? So with his passing, there's been like a lot of feels. Like, I had to stay off of Instagram. When did I find out? I found out that he passed Friday night, and I had to stay off of social media for like the next couple days, because all it was just picture after picture of, you know, people reeling from his passing. But that is a really amazing thing, testament to a life, right? When a person passes away and an entire, I don't even know, an entire group, an entire, like, I don't even know the word, all them folks are shaken up about it, right? Like, that's amazing. That's amazing. And I'm just very glad that I got to experience him as an actor. I'm so glad that I was able to experience the amazingness that was Black Panther, and also see the pride and the joy that it brought out in so many Black folks. Like, that's a special thing. That is definitely a special thing. Anyway, so I was spinning throughout that movie, and I decided to call that spin Ancestral Plane, because the colors in that fiber that I'm spinning actually match the colors that are in the ancestral plane when T'Challa goes before, like when he is actually like crowned king of Wakanda. And it just felt like a nice tribute. So I'm definitely going to finish spinning that, and we'll see what happens next with Kalisha and the Babe. But I'm getting my spinning fingers back. So yeah, that's everything for Kalisha and the Babe. So let's talk about some stash acquisitions, because I have a few. First, I won a prize. Yay! So if you might remember, if you're a returning viewer, a few episodes back, a couple months ago, I was knitting a tote bag for one of my friends, and I knit it's a Ravenclaw themed tote bag, and the knitting patterns that I was using were designed by Meg of Bad Wolf Girl Studios. She has the Bad Wolf Girl Sits and Knits podcast here on YouTube. And so I was knitting the tote bag, and Meg actually was hosting a knit along called the House Pride Cow. So when I finished it, I entered it, and I was like, enter a cow. And I actually won a prize, and I won one of the physical prizes, which I was really excited about. Yay! So I have a Harry Potter bag. Who is this by? I don't remember who the maker of the bag is, and there is no tag. I don't remember who the maker of the bag is, but it's quilted, and there are they all different fabrics? Oh, they are. So 8 different fabrics make up this bag. So you've got these 3, and those 2. Oh, 9, because then you've got the Deathly Hollows inside. And then I also got this. This is from, is it It's either Sin Emmy Creations or Sign Emmy Creations. There. And it's a little beaded stitch marker. And it's a badger because I'm a Hufflepuff. And Meg sent a skein of her yarn. This is Felix Felicis in 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 100 grams for 462 yards. And I actually really like this color, her gold. So she sent that. Very Hufflepuff, right? And then she also sent a little mini, which I am really considering putting in a little bag and putting it aside for my advent calendar. But I think I want to do 20 gram minis for my advent calendar. But anyway, so that was the prize that I won. I was very excited about it. I sent my friend a message and I was like, dude, I want a prize for that tote bag I made you. And she was like, oh, that's awesome. So yeah, she gets a tote bag. I got yarn and a stitch marker and a bag. Sounds good. It's an even exchange, I think. So I have that. That was a prize I won. And then let's talk about these progress keepers that I got from Jasmine Bear Handmade. So I feel like a lot of times I start off these stories with, so I was on Instagram minding my own business, which is typically how it goes. And I saw that Xiaomeng of Jasmine Bear Handmade had done an update. Now, she just recently opened her Etsy shop, I say maybe a month ago, and she was making bags. And she still has some bags in the shop, BT dubs. But this update was progress keepers. And I do love a good progress keeper. And she had fruit. So this is the one that I went for. I wanted to get a little watermelon slice because I have these watermelon socks that I've been working on for a million years, and I'm hoping that this will help me power through them. Yes. Plus, it's just cute. And they're really shiny. Hold on. Yeah, there you go. They're super shiny, which I don't know why I like that so much, but I do. I really enjoy that. So I wanted to get 2 of the watermelon, but then I saw that she had a set of all of the fruit. So she did a set which has a watermelon, a strawberry, a lemon, and a kiwi. And you already saw the apple earlier. So I thought, why just buy 2 when I can get the set and have like a fruit salad? Like, I need to make a shawl now that's just like a plain shawl so I can just put all the fruit on it and it'd be my fruit salad shawl. I'm just being weird. It's okay. But I really like them. Yeah. But she has other things other than fruit. She's got a lot of different designs. Actually, I think the day after I got these in the mail, she did an update and there was a yarn ball and I was like, ah! But yeah, so she still has some fruit on there if you like the idea of the fruit charms. She's got, I think there were birds. Let me not lie. Just go check out her Etsy shop and you can see what she has in there. I really like that she has a variety of different kinds of charms because sometimes you kind of want a mixed bag, right? At least I do. So I'm very excited about these. I'm really hoping that these beautiful watermelon slices will help me with those socks because I don't wanna, but I need to. I have decided that instead of making the 2 pair of socks from the ball of yarn, I'm just going to make 1 pair of socks for my mom and send them to her and be done with it. And I just will not have strawberry socks. No, I will just not have watermelon socks myself. And that is okay because my mom would really, really like the watermelon socks. My mom eats salt on watermelon. Do you eat salt on watermelon? I don't know what's up with that. She's a weird lady, but I love her anyway. My next stash acquisition, kind of going along the lines of like little trinkety things, is a button subscription. Not really a subscription because I just bought like the one surprise month. What was it called? One moment. Pin Your It. It's the August Pin Your It collection from Inclusive Randomness. And so I bought the August Pin Your It set, and I also bought a second button, a standalone button. And the standalone button is this one, which the iPad is not going to focus on, but it says, "Pronounce my name like poetry." Yes, do that. And for everyone who has a hard name or a name that makes you think about the pronunciation or a name that forces the speaker to use their mouth to say it, this is for you. Pronounce my name like poetry. I love this button, y'all. But the Pin Your It collection for August, the owner of Inclusive Randomness is Nzinga, and she did a sneak peek. She showed the postcard. So this is one postcard, and it's got a little pin there, a little plant. So everything was, the postcards and everything were plant themed. And then this is the other one, Plant Parents. And then on the back, Easy Plants to Not Murder. We're going to come back to that point shortly. And then this was the button that she previewed. It is a skater girl, and it says, "Joy is a revolutionary act." And I thought this was appropriate because everybody is skating. I would love to join the roller skating brigade. However, the way my knees are set up, they would not be here for it. They wouldn't. They would just detach themselves from my body and walk away. But there were also 4 other pins in that collection. One is the Plant Parent pin with that same illustration from the postcard. Then there is Take Up Space. A book a day keeps the F-boys away. And this one made me laugh so hard. So she showed the whole collection before I got mine in the mail, so I knew this one was coming, and it just it made me laugh. I love it. It says, "That dress, thanks sis, it has pockets." And the reason that this made me laugh so much is, if I can find it, I will put the video here. But I think last year, for Black History Month, I made a skirt for my friend Tiffany, and I put pockets in it. And I posted a video of her twirling around in the dress. She had her hands in the pockets and she's twirling around in the dress. I posted it on Instagram. And like 90% of the comments on that video are, "Pockets! It has pockets! Oh my gosh, it has pockets!" Like, everybody was like super excited about the pockets. And the reason that I love that memory is because the next video is Lamar, my husband, reading the comments. I really hope that I can insert that video because it's a gem. It is a gem.
First comment, pockets. Scroll down just a little bit. And it has pockets too. Hashtag beautiful and with pockets. 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 Love to eat pockets. Pockets. Pretty and pockets. This skirt is gorgeous and with pockets. It's got pockets. Pockets. These are all the comments. I'm not making this up.
don't understand because you're not a girl. Skirts with pockets are the truth.
Apparently, pockets are a big deal.
But am I right? Skirts, dresses with pockets, you can't beat that. You can't. So that is my new collection of giant buttons from Inclusive Randomness, and I don't need any more buttons, but I'm very excited about it. I really love supporting Black-owned businesses as well as minority-owned businesses. So I'm excited about this. So yeah, there's that. I'm going to link to Inclusive Randomness down below. So if you have a need for a snarky button or anything like that, or just some really creative buttons, culture, like Black culture relevant buttons, Nzinga's your girl. What else do I have to show you guys? So one day last week, I decided to go to my local thrift store because that is my happy place. And strangely, when I walk into the thrift store, I feel more relaxed. It's weird, I know. It's probably bad, you know, because you don't want to be like retail therapy-ing, but I mean, thrift therapy is a little bit better than retail therapy, right? Am I right? That's what I'm gonna say. But I found 8 bags of this. This is, what is it? Punch embroidery yarn. So it's all acrylic, 100% acrylic, but it's fingering weight. Or no, it's not fingering weight, it's lace weight. So this is what it looks like. Is that upside down? Yes. This is what it looks like. There were a couple bags with unopened like spools, but that was not the majority. So there were 9 of them there. I bought 8 of them because the 9th bag was just grays. And after, like when I got home and I thought about it, I was like, dang, I should have bought that 9th bag. And when I finally got around to going back to the thrift store to look for them, or look for it, it was gone. So, but this is what I got out of my 8 bags. They were 99 cents each, so I spent $8 and I got this. And I posted a picture of this. There's a video of me sorting this into rainbow order, and then a picture of just this. And someone commented, for the love of everything that's good, that box fits it perfectly. And I was like, you are right. These are just like in there like swimwear. But if I'm honest, there are 2, here they are. There are 2 that didn't fit in. But these are also the only 2 fluorescent ones. So I was like, that's fine. So all of my like regular colors fit in here. So my plan, should I choose to accept it, is since these are lace weight, if you hold 2 lace weights together, you get a fingering weight. And then if you hold 2 fingering weights together, you get like a DK weight. So if I hold 4 of these together, I will have like a DK weight-ish yarn roundabouts. And then I can make a thing. I don't know what kind of thing I want to make, but wouldn't it be amazing to have a faded marl kind of type deal out of this? I mean, I don't think I'm going to use all of this in one project, but just kind of that idea, right? So this, and I might just not use it for a while just so that I can have this to look at. I might put this on a shelf as art, or even, you know, just take a picture of it, take like a straight on photo of that and print that out and put it in a frame. Sounds good to me. But yeah, so I'm very happy about this. I gotta think of something to do with it. Part of me wanted to try punch needle again, but the other part of me reminded that part that we do not like punch needle. We tried it. We did not like it. The end. So, yeah. So I'm kind of, since I only have these two fluorescents, like, what would it look like to put these together? Oh my gosh, this would look like all of Lisa Frank. Lisa Frank meets Dayglow, Don't Get Hit by a Car. I don't know. We'll see. We're going to play around with it. I just dropped one of these on Tude's head, and she's not happy with me right now. She's giving me the looks. Like, why would you do that, Mom? Didn't you see me sleeping here? I was relaxing. You just going to drop stuff on my head? That's how you feel? I'm sorry, babe. You can go back to sleep. I won't drop anything else on your head. Today, I went to my P.O. box, and I had some surprise mail in there. One of them is, at work, they're doing this thing called the Secret Sibling. So it's like Secret Santa, but just not holiday themed. And my secret sibling sent me a card and a face mask. And it says, Kalisha, I hope you are having a wonderful week. Here's a little something to help you relax and spoil yourself. Love, your secret sibling. And then handwriting analysis Kalisha was looking at this like, do I know anyone that writes like this? And then on the back, it says, always remember you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and loved more than you know. And that is a quote from Winnie the Pooh. I was like, oh, I like my secret sibling. I need to send my secret sibling something. My secret sibling, we had to do questionnaire to, kind of tell things about you so that your secret sibling would know what to do. And my secret sibling specifically put that he likes frogs. So I think at some point I am going to be crocheting a frog, which I am completely okay with because I've never crocheted a frog before. But there's a first time for everything. So anyway, I got this in the mail, in my box, and it is from Kelly's Creek. I think that's what it says, Kelly's Creek. So, if you are watching this, thank you so much. I've only opened part of it. The card that they sent has a painting on the front. This is Water Lilies by Claude Monet. And they also sent this postcard, which is an MC Escher drawing. It's drawing hands, which I really like MC Escher because I feel like how awesome of a person do you have to be to come up with like some of the things that they drew, right? Never-ending staircases and whatnot. Let's see. We also got a pen that says Embrace Hope, which, sometimes you guys will send me exactly what I need or say to me exactly what I need when I need it, because the sentiment of Embrace Hope is something that I definitely need right now in my personal life. So thank you so much for that. There were some stitch markers, progress keepers, blue glass bead ones, and then this, which I'm interested and just, why was this created? Who came up with this? This is called Pie Spice. And oh gosh, it says pie and 3.14 pie. A great blend. Good science is truth. But for that truth to overcome issues like climate change, we need more caring about the world we share. for fruit pies, pumpkin, pecan, sweet potato, and more. Now's the time for the smile-spreading truth of pie spice. Share pie, spread love, give science a chance. Where did you find this? So yeah, so I have pie spice, and I kind of do want to make a pie. I made a chess pie once. I don't think you'll put this in chess pie, but I made a chess pie once, and I have been thinking about that chess pie recently. And chess pie is basically just sugar upon sugar, but it was so good. But this is what I wanted to open with you guys. They sent me 3 yarns, and it says, the 3 yarns are from local spinners and dyers, and it says local to them, which is Massachusetts. So, ooh, that's pretty. This is from Toil and Trouble, and it's called Where the Thrush Sings. Oh, that's beautiful. I mean, there goes my little Pisces heart right there, right? Wow. Here's the next one. This is from Campfire Knits, and this is Bayberry. Hand dyed in New England. Wow. This is reading as a very like fall color to me. Too bad Florida does not care about fall. I'm gonna have to do a photo of a fake fall photo shoot in Michael's again. And this, was I disturbing you? Yeah, I'm sorry. This is it Richard and Carol Tripp? Hand dyed with marigold blossoms. Oh, hand dyed marigold blossoms with copper and hand spun. It's 2 ounces for 112 yards. That's cool. So, both of these are, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon for 463 yards. So, thank you so much for these beauties. Something about this color is so familiar, and I cannot figure out. Oh, this looks like the Grinch yarn that I have. I'll put a picture in. Yeah, I got more Grinchy yarn. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to put this. Nah, I'm not gonna be able to put this on my baby neck. But I will definitely do something with this. This is a really cool hand spun. It's kind of thick and thin. Greens and yellows, man. You were paying attention. These are like all my colors. I love it. Thank you so much. And I think, is that all my crafty things? I'm like looking around. Yes. It's all my crafty things. I've irritated my dog enough. So let's get into plant mama life and whatnot. So I said that I traded the rainbow that I made for plants from my friend Liv, and she gave me cuttings from her ZZ plant, her Burl Marks philodendron, and her Monstera adansonii. And the Monstera adansonii is actually one of my wish list plants, but I have cut myself off. So I was like, oh, you know, I'll just admire it from afar. Like, maybe I can get one of those one day. And when I was over at her house to deliver the rainbow, she was like, oh, you can have this and this. And I thought she was just going to give me one plant, right? And she was like just kind of walking around, snatching little cuttings from different plants around the house. So I left with essentially a green bouquet of awesome little cuttings. So I've got them all in water propagating, so that hopefully I can plant them soon. So I will insert pictures of them. I know nothing about the ZZ plant or the, actually I know very, very little about all three of them. And the only reason that I know anything about the adansonii is because I wanted one. And she actually had both forms. There's a wide leaf form and a narrow leaf form, and she gave me cuttings from both. So I'm very excited about that. The wide leaf has a new leaf coming in, so excite. So yeah, the philodendron burl marks that she gave me, one of them looks good and has another stem that's starting to grow out. The other one, I don't know, it looks kind of like it's having a struggle bus life right now. If the leaf is supposed to go this way, like if this is the stem and then the leaf hangs down like this one is like this. It's like, I don't care. This is the life I want to live. I'm just letting it do its thing. Whatever. I put them on top of my shelf so they get light, but they're not getting direct sun. We'll let them sort themselves out. But yeah, very excited about those. I have clustered a lot of my plants together, so as I'm working, I just have kind of a aura of green off to the side, which is very, very helpful when I get stressed during work. I just kind of take a visual break, and I really enjoy that. So that's like really positive plant mama life. And then we have some negative plant mama life. So about, I don't know, a month ago maybe, 3 weeks to a month, I bought this beautiful echeveria, succulent. And oh, it was so beautiful. Oh my gosh, it was beautiful. Oh, I'll put a picture here so that you can see how beautiful this plant was. And I brought it home, got it situated, and I brought it in here to my room, and I put it on this shelf right here. I've got 2 pothos hanging out on this shelf. So I thought, I'll put the 2 pothos and the echeveria right over here, chilling out. Y'all get morning sun, be good. Nope. Y'all, I killed that thing. Like, if you are a returning viewer, you remember the time I killed the begonia and it kind of just limped along until it died. This thing, I murked that thing. It's gone. I'm gonna put a picture in of it right here. This is how it looks now. It's so far from its former glory. I am embarrassed. I am ashamed. I feel guilty. I feel like I need to go repent. It's a sad, sad commentary. But I'm not throwing it away, because if there's one thing that I have learned from the internet, it's that succulents kind of don't die. They may look real pitiful for a very long time, but it can come back. So I took off all of the all of the leaves that were just rotted, just gone. I don't know what it was about this room that it did not like. Maybe because it was too cold. because we do keep a fan going in here. Maybe there wasn't enough sunlight. Maybe, I don't know. But what I do know, I'm not putting no more succulents in here. These pothos just gonna hang out in here. It's just gonna be y'all. You good? I'm sure. You're just chill. You know, pothos don't care. Anyway, nobody's succulent is coming back in this room. Not happening. Nope. Not never. So, I took out all of the dead leaves. Like if they were black and shriveled up, those went in the trash. If they were almost black and shriveled up, those went in the trash. There was one leaf, one, that still looked like its former self. One. So I pulled that leaf off and I was like, okay, we're going to propagate you. Because I just learned how to propagate from succulent leaves. Thank you, YouTube. And so I went through, and after I pulled that leaf off, I was taking out all of like the shriveled up ones, and then other leaves just started kind of falling off. I didn't even have to pull them. If I touched it, it was falling off, so I just pulled those off. So then I started kind of testing each leaf. If it was attached to the stem, I left it. If it just came off easily, I took it. Father, touch this plant. So I sent a bunch of sad crying emojis to Whitney, my twin, who is Whitney Marie Anderson, maker of all the things, woman extraordinaire. But I sent her a lot of weeping and gnashing of teeth and photos of my sad Echeveria. And she was like, "Oh, I have hope that it'll live. Put it outside. Let it get some sun. That they may enjoy being outside." So I was like, I mean, hey, all it can do now is die more. So it's in the backyard now. I put it out on the patio. So when the sun comes out, it's probably gonna get burnt to a crisp. So we're gonna have to maybe I'll put it in the pot with Griselda. So it gets some shade, but it also gets the heat of being outside. I don't know. Like I said, all I can do is die more. So I have all of the leaves that I harvested from this thing sitting out so that they can callus over, and then I'm going to put them on some a little bed of soil, keep them spritzed, keep them damp, so that I can propagate this baby back, because I did this plant dirty. I murked that thing. It's just look at this before and after one time. Just look at this. I'm embarrassed. I am embarrassed, and I'm just putting myself out here on the internet so that you can be shocked and appalled at my reckless behavior. But I mean, we learn from every mistake and every experience, you know. And what I have learned is that succulents don't belong in this bedroom. Onward and upward. So yeah, that's that. So that was the plant mama life. And then life and whatnot. I mentioned earlier in the episode, this has been a very busy 2 weeks. Last Friday was orientation for our new students. And because we are living in these corona streets, it was virtual. So you may know that I just started this job in January. So I have not experienced an orientation, but was more or less in charge of this virtual adaptation to the orientation, which was very stressful. Quite a few times I felt like I had to throw up, and we've been having internet struggles at the house. So I had already planned to go on campus and work from my office on orientation day, just so that I could have reliable internet. And even till the day before, so orientation was on last Friday. So Thursday, not halfway through the day, probably around 3 o'clock, our internet went out completely. And like I think a power line or something went down, or the internet line went down, and I had a minor freak out, and I thought, okay, we're just gonna have to go find internet somewhere else in these corona streets. So I ended up sitting outside of Panera Bread in my car, connecting to their Wi-Fi so that I could finish these last minute preparations for this orientation program. And let me tell you, working from your car, not comfortable. It's not. I think the inside of Panera Bread is open, but I don't really want to do that. It's okay. I'll just stay in the car. It's fine. But the program, the orientation went well. We didn't have any problems. The only hiccup that happened was that one of our presenters forgot that he was a presenter, and he turned up late. And because he turned up late, it kind of pushed our whole like scheduling back, but we were able to make up the time at the end. So it was a success. I'm so excited. I learned some things that helped, or that I would change for next orientation. I think our next orientation is in January, so hopefully it will go better. But when I was finished, I just felt so good. I felt light, like a huge weight had been lifted off my shoulders. I felt like I could dance around. Matter of fact, I did do a crazy happy dance on Instagram, on my Insta stories, and it was just a really good day. Like, it was a very, very good day. It was the best day I've had in a very long time. But that is the biggest thing that has happened. So this past Monday was the first day of the fall trimester for our students. So they're starting classes, and yeah, hopefully this trimester will go better than summer. Not that summer went badly or anything, but you know, everyone is still adjusting to being remote. You know, classes that weren't supposed to be online classes are having to be taught online, and teachers who aren't online teachers are having to learn how to teach online and how to connect with the students virtually. So it's just been a lot of adjustment for everybody involved, but I'm very proud of myself and my coworkers for pulling together and making it work. So thumbs up for that. Yeah, but that's everything. I don't have anything else for you guys. Thank you so much for coming to hang out. As always, leave a comment down below of something positive that happened to you, something good, something inspirational, something encouraging. And if you need a pick-me-up, check out the comments. Check out this episode's comments. Check out last episode and the episode before that. There have been a lot of people sharing their positive moments and their bright spots, and that just makes me really happy. So thank you so much for being here today, and thank you for being part of my universe. And I hope you have a wonderful day, evening, weekend, whatever it is, where you are, when you are. I hope that you're good. Bye, friends.